structured. When a business is structured, you ain't gotta ask too many questions. You ain't gotta ask. You ain't gotta ask no questions. Look, boom. You ain't gotta ask no questions at all. When that structure is there, it is lovely. And look, this a conversation I've been waiting for. Okay. So when it comes to marketing, which products or services do you push the most, and which do you think has the most community impact?
It's so weird.
You dropped so many gems. I just had to let you take the mic and just go. Like like you gonna have to go back and go get those. No. This is what this is what this podcast is for, is to give my guests a platform to bring this side out, to talk about the behind the scenes of how they present themselves as the business owner, So, and I like that. I like people getting comfortable enough to tell these type of things, because you paint a really good picture. And this is why it's important to write a book, because after me just reading the back of this, I can see it, like where we interview real people telling real truths and stories. The overall objective here is to break the negative narratives that plague our communities and minds. The biggest one we aiming to attack is that there are no more good men and women out here. Stand-up men and women. The men and women we actually need in positions to help change our community for the better. Welcome to Big Flex Overdose. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sitting down with us. Well, the podcast is called No Flex Podcast. I got to remember that. So the business is Big Flex Overdose. That's the LLC. And so the podcast is called No Flex Podcast. Would you like to know why I chose that name?
Absolutely. Oh, yes.
Yes. So even with the Big Flex Overdose, like you said, I did research. I realized as a business, you have to. In business, words means everything, especially when it comes to contracts, when it comes to forms, when it comes to putting your business name on official documents. And so words trigger different things. Different words means different things. Like so not to get too deep, why I chose Big Flex Overdose was because the Big Flex was triggering to what our community like to do. In my opinion, is flex things that doesn't really matter, things that doesn't last, and I want people to trigger that. So I wanted people to think like I'm falling into that stigma, I'm falling into that social construct. And then the overdose is to trigger the people that may know somebody that have overdosed, or that has struggled with drug abuse, because then once they look at that with however they feel, they're going to come check the brand out. And my brand is full of affirmations, my brand is full of good energy, my brand is full of helping people. Like if you go look at my website, like all I got is just positive stuff, resources, ways to help people. And so I learned you got to use those type of tactics when it comes to business. With the No Flex podcast, I realized I had to change it up, the YouTube, because that's another stream of revenue. So I put the No Flex there to change that up in case they get confused with the business part. And No Flex is just, I want to show people I'm not trying to flex with a Big Flex Overdose. Mm-hmm. This is getting people like you, wonderful, amazing people who's been helping people, who's been working on themselves, who's able to pull gems out and with the right questions, give back in an informative way. And so that's why the No Flex is there. So yes. So it's everything is deep. Everything is for a reason. It gotta be. But okay, with our introductions, a 10-second elevator pitch. That's what I challenge all of my guests on when they come on for my introductions, because this is a business podcast. And so I want to see, it's a way for me to kind of gauge where you at when it comes to business, to see how active you are in business, because a 10-second elevator pitch means everything. And so before I gauge yours, I would rather you give yours. Do you mind, ma'am? Okay, perfect. Your 10-second elevator pitch.
Okay, yes, you will. Yes, my name is Flossie Njama, and I am a critical care nurse for the past going to 30 years now. I am also a best-selling author of my book, Village Vibes, and this is the book that I wrote, how I was able to reverse an autoimmune that I was diagnosed with naturally. I'm also the CEO of my business, Simple Life Health for You, where we empower and inspire the community of how to live a simple, healthier lifestyle. I have an amazing product as well called Flossie's Turmeric Tea, and that helps with pain, inflammation, boost your immune system, and so many other health benefits. Then recently, I am a certified NLP trainer, and what that stands for is neuro linguistic programming. So that helps you with your mindset, unconscious mind, and how to live life and have your mind help you have your character and your behavior come completely into excellence. Then I also have, finally, the GPS to a healthier you workshop. That is my coaching classes that are on virtual. This is my second session that we kicked off last night on Monday, and that is every 6 weeks. And we are having the second group. Right now, we have 9 students. We have 6 graduated ones that graduated last year. That's what I got for you. And I bring community excellence, and I call my business and everything under one umbrella, Mission Passion.
Oh my goodness, you have a
Longer
lot
than a
going
minute, but
on.
it's a lot.
But okay. When it comes to introduction, that is wonderful. Like you will sweep anybody off your feet with that. Like anybody is like, okay, she's a businesswoman, she's getting to it, she's active in her community. The first thing I look at is like, okay, I want to come to this event that you're talking about. I like that you included that in there. So like I said, I'm a business person and I really like to make these conversations meaningful. So I don't like to play into constructs. It's different for me because we're not too familiar with each other. We met on a yacht trip for Mr. Andre's 30th anniversary for a hot television show. So this is what our second time meeting.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
but so yeah, so and I'm very respectful. So, but like I said on my podcast, I judge the elevator pitches, and so when it comes to yours, like I said, amazing introduction, but a 10-second elevator pitches are broken into 3 parts: the introduction, what you have going on, and how the person you want to pitch to is can connect to you for a follow up, so you guys can talk about getting business done. You hit the introduction perfectly. You hit that perfectly. You hit what you have going on perfectly. The piece that if I had to criticize or say something on was the third piece, and that's how to get people to follow up with you and establish that relationship right then and there, rather than having to come back for another conversation to talk business. And because I have a lot of young people around me, and a lot of my peers come to me for business, so these are the things that I've been taught, and so I teach that or try to drop those type of gems on them. And so with that, all I would say is just look, just boom. If you would like to connect with me, please come to our event that we have next Monday. Or if you would like to continue this conversation and maybe do some more business, let's exchange contacts and maybe we can sit down for some lunch or coffee and talk more business about how we can, network with each other. So then once you get that number, you store that. And when you remember that, you put in your phone, you put in your notes what they said, all that conversation, who they are, how you met them, the time, the day, all that type of stuff. So now when you're ready to do business, it's like you're a sniper rather than just like a machine gun. You get what I'm saying? Because now when the follow up hit, boom, you know exactly how you met, you know exactly what y'all talked about, and you know how to follow up with that person, and you hit them with one of the 3 elevator pitches that you got. So now the next time you sit down is boom. You can sit down with a proposal. You can get to money a lot faster. That's why I emphasize these elevator pitches, because a lot of my generation, all we do is network.
Right.
All we do is network. For a lot of the black business community here in St. Louis, I ain't gonna say a lot. But for black business here in St. Louis, all we do is network. We don't really exchange money between each other if it's not a loan, grant, or or whatever that type of thing are. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
And so,
I get it. Yeah.
and so that's why I challenge those elevator pitches, because we have to practice those. We have to practice those, and we have to start getting to more money. Like I said, I'm an accountant. If the money is not moving, the conversation is meaningless. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So yeah, so like I said, that's all I would have to say. But you
I like
are
that.
in a position to where you don't really have to do business with people. People are looking to do business with you. And so that's why I feel like you probably didn't attach that end piece to
Mm. I'm always learning. Taking my teachings and my learning.
it.
Yes.
But oh my goodness, now this is the fun part for me. We are going to dive into everything you just said. You said critical care RN BSN for 30 years.
This is my 30th year.
We are going to pick apart the gems in that. Do you mind talking about that for a little bit?
Well, no, I don't. No, I
Okay.
don't.
Okay.
Nursing. You want me to talk about nursing?
Yes, just give some background behind it.
Nursing is my second career after I came into this country. And I started my nursing in Boston, Massachusetts. And then I relocated to St. Louis, Missouri in 1999. I continued that. It took me about 10 years to achieve my BSN. I was still a nurse. I started all the way from CNA to LPN, RN, to call a bridge program, to BSN. And I was still going to school most of the time, sleeping for 5 hours a day. I don't encourage you to do that. I had to do what I had to do, for lack of a better way to say it. I needed to put food on the table. I needed to graduate. And I was going to school as an older student. And I think that doesn't happen much. But back in the day, I was always the oldest student in the class. Yes, it was different. And so then when I came to St. Louis and started working for DePaul Hospital, and I worked there for 21 years, not until 2021. I love what I do. I still love nursing. The thing I want to say is, when I got my diagnosis of a disease, we probably will talk about that later, is when a lot of my mindset changed. Because I learned so much about nursing and what to do and what to give the patients, the medicine part of it, the disease part of it. I never did learn anything about lifestyle.
No, what do you mean?
I didn't learn about how to live a healthier lifestyle. I just learned how to pop the pills, tell the patient, this is your disease, this is your medicine, I need your specimen, that kind of thing. With
all the training, how didn't that come up?
Because that's not part of what we learn. We learn how to take care of the patients and give them their medicine, tell them this is your diagnosis, this is how much you have to do. We take care of their daily needs while they're in the hospital. But what about when they go home? Yes? Who follows up with that? They got the pills, they got the medicine, that's all they have. So what I mean by lifestyle, not to digress, is what do you do when your doctor, your medical personnel, or anybody else is not with you, and when you're not popping that Lipitor, that medication? What do you do? How many hours do you sleep? What kind of a daily routine do you have? What do you eat for lunch or for breakfast? Do you exercise? Do you do any mindfulness? Do you meditate? Do you pray? Do you, whatever it may be? Do you have quiet time? Do you have me time? Are you sedentary lifestyle? So that's what I mean by lifestyle. We don't give that to the patient. We give them the pills. We tell them this is your disease. When you go home, follow this for 6 months, come back, get your checkup again. Then they come, we put them in a room. And I just noticed that most of the patients were just what we call a room number. I'm just going to say it. Because when we are looking at the patients, that's what started to get into me. Because I became a patient myself. 2015 is when I got diagnosed myself with the disease that I said. I know you probably asked me about that. When I realized that now I'm on the other side and how it feels, oh yeah, it went different. Now I was going to be the room number, and then I had to learn to decide which way do I want to go. So nursing did not come to a stop for me. That was in 2021 at DePaul Hospital. That was when I went out to work the COVID crisis in Texas for 3 months. And that's when my antenna now it went up even higher. And I'm
Before you go, can I ask a question?
Yes.
what was the hardest realizations that you had to face transitioning from RN, like you said, going through that systematic program and being programmed basically like relating it to any other job, being programmed to do a system that makes institution more financially stable or grow financially. What was the biggest like mind blowing things transitioning from that to like, wow, they tricked me? You feel me? They not telling me everything, or why didn't they tell me about this side of health? Like, what was some of the like?
Ooh, that's a deep one. That's a deep one. The biggest one that I know more than I thought I know. You don't know what you don't know until you know what you know you don't know. I didn't realize there's so much that I did not know. But if I learned it and I was ready to learn, that I can know so much about nursing, I can know so much about health. I also learned that I was scared, nervous, like most of us, that I can make it out there by myself, that I'm not going to have status,
Mm.
that who am I? Who am I going to be? Um, I mean, is it going to be financially doable? Is it visible? All that together, I was so scared. So scared.
I can imagine.
And what I have, what I was ready to share, that I share now, and I do now, are people going to believe me? Are they going to listen to me? Are they going to judge me? Will they really see like I know what I'm talking about? Will they believe I reversed my disease? Will they believe that I can teach them? Will they even understand me? Even my culture and my accent played a role. Are they going to judge me because I'm this person from somewhere they don't know? All those things and a lot more played a big role before I made that decision, which, by the way, wasn't easy.
Okay, so catching you back up to where you're at, because like I'm a numbers guy, like I said, I'm an accountant. I may not look or dress or act like an accountant. When it's time to go get the numbers in, look, I put the suit on, I put the but when I'm doing my thing for my business, I dress how I want to for business purposes and things like that. Because this is my brand. I'm separate from the chambers. If I was doing a podcast for the chambers, I would dress completely different. Like I said, but numbers. I was born in 1999. That's a
good thing. I thought I was 189. I thought I was 35. Right? Yeah. Wow.
And look, check it out. It's zero.
Oh, they're gonna do my math now.
It's 0 1 1 9 9. No, it's 0 1 1 9 1 9 9. January 19th, 1999.
Oh my God! Coming up. That's when I came to St. Louis. I came to St. Louis in 1999 and started working before hospital. I came from Massachusetts before that. That's where I worked before. Before that, I came from New Hampshire. Before that, I came from New York. Before that, I came from Kenya.
Wow.
Tells you.
That's crazy.
That's when I started working before hospital. I was still going to nursing school because I was still in the LPN when I came from Boston, Massachusetts. I was still going to nursing school nonstop. It never stopped. And went back to my RN, then went back to my BSN, and I was never stopped.
Okay, yeah, but I wanted to say that. Oh, yeah, it is. It is in a few days. So, so was this like that this transition from, and excuse me if I'm misrepresenting it, but from RN into who you are now with the businesses, with the herbalist mindset? Did this happen in 2020 when you went to Texas for COVID, or was this before that?
No.
Okay.
No. This happened after I reversed my disease. Okay.
Let's talk. Do you mind talking about that?
No, I don't.
Okay,
I have it in my book too.
When did you learn that you had a disease?
2015. I mean,
okay.
2015. I don't know what nurse doesn't work 2 jobs. I don't know, maybe just because I'm from a different country and I have too much to do and I have the whole clan, the whole village back over there looking up to me. Yes, not just me. So I always worked 2 jobs. And when we talk 2 jobs, I'm not talking 8 hours. I'm talking 12-hour jobs, nursing jobs, 2 different hospitals. Always did that. Most nurses do that. So I was working my tail off, like really, really much. And what I also mentioned in my book, this one right here is, and I came to this country, I was met with something I call culture shock and food shock. So combine the culture shock, I'm trying to merge and get into this, incorporate myself and just blend into this lifestyle, country, environment. Go to Rome, be like the Romans, trying to be like the Roman, and gets the food and eat the food and go to school and learn how to drive. I don't learn to drive in my 30s, by the way, in this country. And oh my God, it was like so much. That's what I call culture shock. And the food shock as well. Eat a totally different kind of food. I don't like to call it diet. We eat a whole different kind of food where I come from. We eat from the land. You pick it up and you cook it and eat the same day. So all that together with working 2 jobs, I hardly had much sleep, much rest, and we didn't eat well at all. So all that took a toll on me. And going to school too, because I was going to school all along, took a toll on me. And that's part of what I teach in my GPS for Healthier You workshops. Yeah, you can't do that. It took a toll on me and kicked me where it hurts. And I ignored the signs. Remember the rainbow? I kept ignoring those signs, the little red lights that you see in your engine. Check your engine. I'll be like, I got this. I got this. I'm going to keep going. I got another. And I feel something up. So I got diagnosed with autoimmune disease. I'm going to try and pronounce this disease because I talked to God one time and I said, oh God, why you give me a disease I have trouble pronouncing with my accent? I'm not kidding. I ain't kidding. I was diagnosed with sarcoid or sarcoidosis. Sarcoidosis.
Okay.
Or whatever. I try to practice from the mirror. That's all you get. That's the disease I was diagnosed with, which took a lot of doctors and specialists because they couldn't figure out what it was with all the blood work and all, thinking it's lupus. All because of the stress, fatigue, the wrong foods, all that together. And what I said, lifestyle. Lifestyle anytime would take you down. And that's when just to get back to your question, I got back into thinking about, okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? And obviously, I had my doctors. I'm a nurse, right? And I got to where once I got the diagnosis and I got the presented prescriptions and the treatment regimen, I have a second thought. Not right away. I did talk to one of the specialists because quite a few of them I'm going to request to go and get a second opinion, which we're all entitled, and a third, which I did. But in the process is where this idea, antenna, just, I don't know, someday I'm reading and looking through stuff and I decided, man, there is so much as a nurse that I don't know about lifestyle, and I can read and research and put that into my lifestyle and see what I can do about this diagnosis that they say, by the way, autoimmune diseases are not, they have no cure. You can research that. I'm going to research and find out if I can reverse this disease because what do you mean there's no cure? There gotta be, because we just gotta find out. And that's where that came about. So I started researching on the medications, on the food, on lifestyle, and it started like a joke. Remember, it started as us going to look for a second opinion. And I did that, and a third one. And in the process of doing that is when that started. And that is what got me into researching, started like right here. Then I've researched some more. And this is in 2015.
That's what I was thinking.
It was different.
That's what I was thinking. When you say AI, research in 2015, oh my goodness.
Sometime, and I'll pull over because we didn't even have, it's called the memo pad, whatever. You could record it, so I'd have to pull over because I heard something I really want to write. So I have notepads everywhere, and I in my car. And I'll
Mm.
write it, and I'll research again. I'll continue what I'm doing. I'll be reading, and I read this, and I read. And it started like this, like this, like this. I became this crazy research guru. Man,
Look, oh my
I'm
goodness.
researching from every avenue. And when I learned what I started to learn, and in the meantime, I haven't gone back for my regimen because I told the doctor that I'm going to get a second opinion, right? And I'm like, oh my God, I could change all this. And I want to get deep into how I went about it. But what I researched, I put it into work. I put it into remedies, hence the tea and so many other things. And got to read the book because I reversed the disease.
Look,
and then I decided,
man, I read.
Eventually is when I said I'm going to get out of nursing. Not right away. When I researched what I realized what I could do with what I learned, with what I applied, because action is a thing. You just don't learn things that don't apply. I implemented all that, and then I realized, you know what? I'm gonna quit that nursing. After I did that, I went to the COVID crisis. I did all that. I saw it. It's all sadness, and people don't have the information. Let me get out there and give it to the people, and that's what really gave me the strength to do that and retire. I call it semi-retired because there's a reason I do the quotes, and I'll tell you that as well. So that's when I decided to get out of nursing and bring it out to the community, bring it out to the people directly, what they need and not what they want, but what they really need. Because we don't, half the time we don't know what we need. We think we do. We say what we want, but that's not what we need.
That's deep. You've been dropping gems. What I usually do when people drop gems, I stop it and call it and try to address it. But you drop so many gems. I just had to let you. I just had to let you take the mic and just go. Like, like you gonna have to go back and go get those. No. This is what. No. This is what this podcast is for. Is to give my guests a platform to bring this side out. To talk about the behind the scenes of how they present themselves as the business owner, So, and I like that. I like people getting comfortable enough to tell these type of things because you paint a really good picture. And this is why it's important to write a book because after me just reading the back of this, I can see it like I could tell this is going to be a good book for one. But looking at you and just hearing you, I could tell like kind of how it went just from reading this, as in you found out that you had the the skin look. As I had to go. It's my language. Like you said, sacchardosis, autoimmune disease, and I could imagine like because from what I know, to give a little backstory, what got me down my health journey was my best friend slash business partner had sickle cell anemia, and he had the actual trait. It wasn't he has the actual disease, not the trait. So once we met, we connected. His birthday is January 12th, the same birthday as my kid's mother, and then my daughter birthday is January 4th. But that's them numbers. But and we playing my daughter. But getting back on track, I was like, we gotta cure this. We gotta cure this sickle cell. Reverse. We gotta reverse the sickle cell. And it was amazing because it was around the same time he was coming up, waking up into his what I call spiritual journey. And so it timed up, and then like he helped me grow in so many ways. He like once I saw the turmeric teas on the yacht, I was like, oh, she on a different level with it. She on a different level. But like the skincare, like what that basically, tell me if I'm wrong, but what you found out was through all of the stress, working hard, not getting enough sleep, the food that what you was putting in your body, the energies that you was receiving, how you interacted with those energies, that all of that stuff mustering up inside and you not releasing, taking care of that stuff, like taking care of how you process all of that energy, process all of that food, it started to push outside of your body. And one of the first ways diseases will push outside of your body is through your skin.
You said it. You can't say no better because now you're talking about skin. You're gonna make me digress. I don't want to because when you talk that, now you talk my language. I get very passionate because you talk about
look, if you got the time,
inflammation is my number one on stage presentation. You know, I'm a speaker too.
Yes.
So
yes.
when you say pushing out of the skin,
that's
that is what we call chronic inflammation. And I have.
But look, can I say this?
Exactly
can I say this?
Yes.
It speaks to how much you was taking care of yourself, even going through all of that stuff. Because for it to just be that and not be something like deeper inside, it was just the skin. You must have been like a gold mine for them scientists when they was like looking at your blood and stuff. Like wow. And that's what I was gonna say. Like, it goes to the discipline of how much you don't play no games, because you was like if anything popped up, you was on it and you caught on to it. And they I don't know, without, like you said, without getting too deep, it's crazy because you paint that picture and I can see it, because my business partner, he died July 6th. He was 26, 27. We was pushing like, man, I wanted that 30 to hit so bad, man. Then he started talking about kids. Like, I ain't even gonna get too deep into that, but like, we went through such a journey. I got a whole thing set up. I got a whole setup. I
understand sickle cell so well, so I just feel.
I got a sickle cell. Okay, so we about 30 minutes in, maybe 45. I think about 30. So now, because this is a business podcast, so now we're going to start pushing towards the business and dropping gems on the business and pulling from that experience.
Okay.
So, your business is Flossie's Turmeric Tea.
No, that's my product.
Your product. Okay.
My business is Simple Life Healthy LLC.
Simple Life Healthy LLU. Say that again.
Simple Life Healthier You LLC.
Simple Life Healthier. Okay, there we go. Okay, Healthier You LLC. Okay. When did you LLC?
I did it in 2022.
During COVID. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you.
Actually, I applied the end of 2021 and I didn't do nothing with it. You know, because I had always wanted to do that and do this and teach people, and share my experience, I call it, how to live a simple, healthy life. After I reversed my disease. When I registered it, I left it there just to stay on the shelf, and I was just doing other research things. And then I started working in 2022, like sometime around February, March 2022.
Okay. So what inspired you to start Simple Life Healthier You LLC?
My diagnosis.
Give me a second. It's a little bit to it. It's a little bit to it. Yeah, I got it. I want to set you up. Yeah. I got over 100 questions in here, so I do my research. Look. We could do a 10-hour podcast. I promise you. What inspired you to start your business, and how did you turn the initial idea into reality?
Okay. First of all, is my diagnosis after I was able to reverse it. When I realized that I could do that with change of mindset, change of daily routines, change of lifestyle and what I was putting in my body, change of environment, all in one. And that's what I put under the umbrella of lifestyle and simplified my life. That's what I did. That's why the word simple came.
Okay.
I did so many things and I was like, it don't have to be that complicated. This is after my research and applying and implementing. I realized the simpler the better, the more I'm able to follow through. And that's what gave me that. And so that's where the name came about. That is why I started it that way. And I said, okay, then I'm going to share the experience that is working for me. As I started to see things unfolding and getting better, and my blood work was better as I'm going back. Remember, I started with like once a month, once a week I go for blood work, then it would be once every other week. And I know how to read my labs. I'm a nurse. So I was like, okay, and I started to feel better. My doctor in the meantime is calling me. Are you coming for your medications, prescription? So that's when I kept saying I will. You have the right, by the way. It's your body. You don't outsource your body. You take care of your body and then go and talk to them about what you know and
You
ask
don't
them.
have to take the medication they prescribe you.
I don't say that because I can get in trouble. I say,
Oh, never
take that
mind.
back.
I said
You do
nope.
not outsource your body. What you do is you equip yourself, and that's what I do in my classes. We'll get to that. You equip yourself with knowledge and information about what's going on with your body after you see the doctor or before, just like you've done your research on me, and you go and when you go there, the doctor or the medical personnel, I like to call them because I'm under the same umbrella. Because I'm a nurse for that long. You have listened, then you ask questions. After you ask questions, you can ask for whatever processes, procedures, whatever. But when you get back home with what the doctor gives you, tells you to do, you go and do more research and apply what you have learned. You change your lifestyle, you tweak it a little bit, you add something different, maybe a glass of water, you take away a bad food, you take away a bad habit, you add a good one, little by little, and then by the time you go next time, then you have learned something new, and your staff information is either better or the same instead of the doctor saying, let's try something different, because that didn't work out, because then you become a guinea pig at that time. So my whole thing is I say, do not outsource your body. Meaning don't outsource your body 100%. You do the 80%, they do the 20, right?
Okay.
So back to that. So that's how I went about that. And then I realized I can bring this lifestyle changes, mindset, bigger mindset. Hence the NLP program where I'm a trainer now. That's the 9 months program. It's about the mind. So all that together, and I can bring it to you and the people in a simple life, healthier way. I don't say healthier. Because I look at this and I respect it. Everybody's healthy to their capacity. All I help you is share my experience and what I do and my knowledge, what I've gathered in the years to make you a healthier lifestyle. I don't say healthier body because I'm not a doctor either. I am a nurse. I have, yes, credentials. I say healthier lifestyle. So that's why I came about with that because all these things I was doing, I still do them until today. That's hence my long LLC name.
You're a very inspiring person because just listening to you talk, it paint pictures of I don't know, for some reason I could you just you walk me through a story, but then at some point it connects to a story that I went through in my life. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a question, but it's a statement at the same time. So because I'm imagining you starting this LLC, you had to realize I want to say this boldly. Tell me if I'm wrong. You can care for your community as much as you want, but if you don't put some money behind it for them to support you, you will kill yourself.
Got it. Yes.
To sum it up, if you don't put some type of, I will give you all the information I got, but just buy my book, just buy my Kindle, just buy my drink. You must have learned from some powerful leaders, some really powerful leaders.
And that means a lot. Thank you. But I would say I did. Most importantly, lifestyle is the one that taught me my own. I call this my pain became my gain. The struggles I went through before I even came to this country, and the struggles I went through when I got here, and then after my disease. That's what teaches you. They tell you to make you stronger, and I decided to learn. So that's what I learned, and I'm learning every day. I've been up since 4:50 this morning. I learn. Oh yeah, and I wrote some program this morning. I'm learning every day. So that's where it comes from. I also like to follow NLP, the program and the trainer also tells you look at the people ahead of you, like you said, and imitate them and follow them and learn from them, copy them. And put it into action. If you don't put action, you can do all you want. You can even read my book. Don't put work into it. Ain't gonna work. You can buy my drink. Don't drink it. Don't follow through. Ain't gonna work.
And whose fault is it?
And put your action. That's what this reads. Action.
That's deep.
I even carry it. It's action. It's all about what you do with it. What do you do with that information? So you can read my book. You can buy the candles. Are you lighting them? Are they helping you give you that atmosphere or that, what is it
Wait till you
called,
get to the candle.
ambience of whatever
Mm-hmm.
you're doing with. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta use them. It's like having a shelves, a shelf full of books.
Mm.
Oh, I see some shelves.
Okay, so
Silly. We don't read them.
do you have a 10:30 leave? You have to leave by 10:30?
At least by 10:45.
10:45. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, because
okay.
so why so this is a conversation. I still have to do the interview part. So I have to know when it, because I know, like, I know you talk your son's heads off.
Oh,
And so I don't, so I have to I have to cut it. So but I want to make sure I'm respectful doing it.
yeah, no. You
Okay.
gotta stop me because okay, I don't know what you're looking for. If I give you more than you need, let me know because I give you a lot.
So in the early years of starting an LLC and then operating it, think about the first year to 5. Um, what are some mistakes that taught you a lesson that you still use today?
I'm still making the mistakes, most of them, which is when it comes to numbers. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love what I do. It's a mission of passion. I'm so good at what I do, which is my tea, which is educating, which is sharing my experience and all that stuff about my lifestyle. I'm very good at healthier you teaching and food and routines. What I'm not good at is keeping my numbers.
That's why I'm an accountant.
So I made so many mistakes. I continue to make them. However, what I've done is I have put people in place to help me with where I'm not good at. My coach tells me you delegate what is not in your ad, what you can do, what you do best. Be excellent at what you do, and then delegate. So that's what I've done.
Oh,
That's what I've done.
That's a gem. Like when I say gem, I want you to think about a bucket of water, because anything is that's still, it's pure, it's calm, it's aware. And when you still, it's like you getting to know yourself. And just think about listening to this podcast right now, being still and just being a bucket of water and just a drop. Boop, call it a gem. Every time you hear one, just think of that. Boop, a gem that's been dropped into your brain of water because it's still. Okay, so let me ask you like this. What challenges are you currently facing and how are you working through them? When it comes to purely the business side of, so you said the numbers. What do you mean by the numbers? If you don't mind getting into that.
Putting my sales, yes, I don't mind. Putting my sales in sales numbers, like I didn't even know what sales tax was. I knew what sales tax was when I was getting my website done, but I didn't know that I am supposed to separate my sales tax and pay it by the end of January. I'm not gonna get into the story, but when my accountants called me and said, Flossie, we need to file your tax aside. Is it only January? We do it in April. That was last year, my first time I did that. And she said, no, your sales tax. What do you mean? And we got into all that. And I was like, oh my God. So since then, I got me a bookkeeper. Oh yeah. So that's one challenge. Yes. My other one is my bank. When I opened my business bank, everything goes up. It took somewhat, because this is my third year going to, almost 2.5 years, to my business. So I was still pulling money out of my own account, but slowly but surely now it's starting to everything come out that's going to business coming out directly from there. So I was getting all these receipts that I'm purchasing stuff, but I'm buying it with my own money from my own personal account. But I gotta put them in QuickBooks so that, and I would not have the time. Sometimes a challenge for me, and that's why I'm delegating. Oh yeah, and I've done a few things to change my time this year to work better for me. And so that I changed that, so now it's all coming out. I don't have to do so much QuickBooks scanning receipts. Stuff is coming aligning with my business bank now. Card, so your I've separated that. That took a lot of work and discipline.
If you let's, I think those two, and after this, if you want to talk business and how we could network on that, we could talk that as well, because I am an accountant. I plan on opening my independent accounting firm up at the end of this year. But just those two is powerful, because that's talking that when a small business rolls over into, well, when LLC rolls over into becoming a small business. Once that money come in and financially, IRS wise, you have to separate those two. That is I think that transition is what really take small or LLCs transition to small business. I think that transition was really take them out because you use so many things as if like it's so personal because it's a personal business to you. But when it comes time to knowing those numbers and how much you want to save and how much you don't want to pay, how much you don't want to play, look, it ain't so personal there. Look,
throw you in the towel.
and I feel like that's something we don't talk about enough in our community because it brings out insecurities as well. It brings out like really diving into like your personal life, your personal financial life. And a lot of older generations don't share that with our generations in our communities. That's why, not getting back deep into it, that's why I chose to go the accounting way because I realized once I'm able to pick that out of an older person, because they're not gonna tell me no way. No. They not gonna tell me so if I'm able to pick that out during a conversation, then I'm able to get to some real the blueprint. Like I'm able to get to their blueprint without even having to ask for it. Yes. And so, but for podcast sake, in this episode, let's really pull. We don't have to dive too deep into it, but I'm able to dive deep into it without getting too personal. Are you okay with it?
Yes.
So for the audience, what that looks like is it's December, January. You have to have your business LLC taxes filed by what, like March 14th?
No, January 30th.
I'm sorry.
Don't wait till the end of the
Look, month, yeah, my bad. January 30th. I'm sorry. Look, January 30th. If you wait until January 1st to go and say, okay, I bought this McDonald's cheeseburger with the same card I bought supplies for my business with. If you wait until January 1st to start trying to go through a year, 2 years of those transactions, your head will explode. And if you're not going to do it, do you think you can pay somebody to really want to do that?
Ooh, it's a tight schedule for everybody.
So what that looks like is you literally have to go and separate. You have to go and find those receipts or have it in a receipt structured form to show to the IRS and in what we call one of the 4 financial documents. Structure that out to where it show, okay, that McDonald's burger was, if we talking debits or credit, that was a debit to personal. That was a debit to pulling that out and a credit to business ownership or something like that. You get what I'm saying? My mind moving fast, so it's hard for me to speak pure account, but like if you really have to distinguish between it, and it's not in I can tell you about it and then you feel me, I can explain it off. No, it has to be on paper in number form, in this column, that column, this column, that column, what the cheeseburger was, and 5 minutes later when you went and got that gas because it's a business trip, what that was. Those literally have to be separated and called 4 completely different things, and you have to do 2-3 years of that within 30 days.
And that's why it's good to just have 2 different accounts. Business. Even better, make them 2 different banks. So you have my red card, which is my personal, my blue one. That's my community. That's my bank for my business. So I pull out my blue card, I put my gas, I buy my whatever. And so that's what I had to. It took some work and time. But now I know when I pull out the blue card, I remember where I'm going. Because every time I had to put in QuickBooks, it was so much work.
Because QuickBooks not gonna let you just say $38.52 Quick Trip and get away with that. No, they're gonna be like, well, prove it.
That's what I meant.
Oh man, that is so hilarious. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought that was okay.
No.
Perfect. So let's get into that then. Man, I want to talk some more about the financial side, but we'll do a part 2 on that.
Okay.
So, I need to make more questions about products because you're the first person that actually brought a product on a podcast.
I speak my product. This is my color.
So let's talk about that. Okay. So if you break a business down, a business either have a product with an S or product or products or service or services. That's what you got. One of those two things as a business. How many products do you have and how many services do you have?
I have one product that is registered, trademark registered. That's the T.
Okay.
It's all trademark registered. It's all out there. I got a USP, whatever number they call it. It's right here. I'm proud to say that. It's trademark registered.
Can I see those, please?
Yeah, I'm trademark registered.
Thank you.
One product that's 3 different flavors. So that's my product, which I make every other week, deliver it. I have a delivery person every other Monday and ship it. That's all what I have. Insured and everything.
Ooh, insured?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, it's gotta. You
look, I'm sorry. Look, I hope you don't. I hope you don't take this disrespectful. But when I hear stuff like that, look, I gotta. Look, we gotta do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then like that.
Oh yeah.
Woo, insured.
And trademark register takes about
6 to 9 months.
6 to 9 months. Yes. So it's got
Stop
that.
playing.
That's my product. 3 flavors for now. Hopefully, some more coming up soon. All with what I told you about. That's my product. I have so many other products. I'm not going to mention those that are not on my website.
Okay.
It is
okay.
If I tell you it's too much. My other product is my book. It's an Amazon bestseller. Okay. That's my book. That's my second product. I guess this is the same product. This is my other book, but this is a journal on Amazon. It's called The 3 C's. It tells you about how to make a choice, stay committed, and be consistent to have a lifestyle change and transformation. So that's on Amazon. Okay. If you join my class, you get this book for free. So those are 3 products. Then I have 3 services. In 3 or 2? I think it's 2. Let me see. I got 2 out there. One, I'm a speaker. I go out on stage and I share my story. And I share that story, how it came about, how I reversed my disease, how you can apply that into your own life. And I give you a call of action. The call of action is usually my tea, my class, my books, because those will all change your lifestyle. Yes. Then my other product is my class. It's the GPS to a healthier you workshop. That's that. That's me in the bed. And this is the class I teach online once a week, 1 hour for 6 weeks. We're on our first week for this year. We started last night. And I give you a whole packet with whatever goes in there. And it's fun. And this is about how to live a simple, healthier lifestyle. That's why I call it GPS. Think of GPS. What does GPS mean? Exactly that. And then my other product service that's about to come is I'm creating more programs that I'm going to be speaking to you guys about. Like I talk about inflammation. I have another one I call the 80-20 rule. I have another one I call the 3 C's, which you go with this when I talk about that. So that's it. I think that's me. 2 and 2.
Okay, perfect. So we finna dive into this. We have about 15, 20 minutes. Yes. Oh yeah, we definitely finna get this in. Yes. Because you structured. When a business is structured, you ain't gotta ask too many questions. You ain't gotta ask no questions. Look, boom. You ain't gotta ask no questions at all. When that structure is there, it is lovely. And look, this a conversation I've been waiting for. Okay. So when it comes to marketing, which products or services do you push the most, and which do you think has the most community impact?
It's so weird because My product all tie into one.
I know it do.
Like,
I know
it's
it does.
not,
They
I never
do.
planned it. I never planned
But
my colors.
that's the best business.
Let me give you a secret real quick before I answer that question. My colors are orange, green, and red. Look at the heart. Right? Orange for that, red and green, orange for the turmeric. And the first one was an orange one. That was the one I started, the turmeric. Then I wrote the mint in, and I started putting, by the way, I grow the mint in the spring, in the summer. Then in the wintertime, I get it from a friend that grows them in our gardens. Everything here is natural, by the way. I grind it myself. Then comes the red, which is the third one, which is the hibiscus that I get from where I come from, Kenya, ground fresh. So it tied out to my 3 colors. I didn't plan on it. Guess what? My book came out first, and it's got green on it and orange. It's just God.
Wow.
It just happened.
Wow.
So I don't really push one because they push each other. Once I stand up on stage and share my story, how I got diagnosed and reversed my disease, and how I did the research and came up with the remedy, and then I wrote the book how I was able to reverse it naturally, then I can show you how to do that by sharing my story. Then it comes my class, so that ties together.
Wow.
Most people know me as the turmeric tea girl. You're the turmeric tea girl. You're the So what I do is I stand up and I say, I know this about turmeric tea. I got this and that, but that's how they recognize me in those places. That's it. So I really don't promote, and then I promote mostly. I think I promote me, because you buy me, you buy the tea by me, because you get the whole package. Because I don't stop following you, because I am not selling you. Everybody in my book, that reads my book, who does my class GPS to a healthy you, look it up, is a family. I do not call them clients, customers. You're all family. I call you family, because I give you everything I put in me. So
let's start with the products really fast. We're gonna do this in 10 minutes. You briefly went over it. When it comes to the product, making the products and thinking the mindset of dropping gems to somebody else in your industry looking up to you, that you mentoring somebody. With making these products, how long did it take you to finalize making them? And I know you're probably still working on doing more things, but like these products that you have ready to sell, insured, how long did it take for you to finalize? Like, what was that length of like, oh, I'm doing this tea, and then boom, it's finalized, it's out in the market? And what was some of the, not hardest, what was some of the best things that you had or experiences that you went through with finalizing the tea?
Okay, I'm gonna say it real quick, and I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say it like the truth, the real truth, because there was nothing like finalizing. There was nothing planned to be this business. Everything, I was flying this plane as I was building it, as I was flying it. I'm putting a wing, I fly my plane. Oh, I gotta try this. Okay, Ham, try this tea. You like it? Oh my God, because when I tried it myself, when I was drinking it, it was helping me, because this is stuff I was doing. And I would concoct the stuff in my kitchen. I feel better. Then I get my blood work, and I look, ooh, okay. So then I share it with my friends and family. And my friend be like, oh my God, that ankle was hurting. It don't hurt no more, Flossie. And be like, okay, somebody else be like, do you know last time I was so tired I couldn't sleep? I heated up your tea and I drank and I went to sleep. Ooh. So I started experimenting like that. And I'll give people be like, oh my God, my back don't hurt no more. Today I tried to lean over the other day and I was hurting. I drank your tea, my back felt better. This lady said, oh my God, I drank your tea, the neuropathy felt. I'm like, okay. So we started getting testimonials. From mine, I was the initial one, because I could see my blood work was better. People, I'd be like, share your blood work, share your results. And they would share it. And I'm like, okay, since I did it for me, now I bring it for others and others. So what I talk to my tea family about, share your testimonials, share them the way they come. Don't plan them, don't lie to me, just say them they come. Text me if you don't on Facebook. Just call me and I'll put it down. So that's when I knew I had something after my disease was reversed and I could see my results. Then I see all this. I have so many testimonials. I can't even tell you. Okay. That's how I knew it was going to be a product to put out to the community. And it was safe and it was doing so much good.
We can have a 10-hour podcast. I promise you. Look, we can go eat lunch, breakfast, and dinner, and we can talk about this all day. Oh my! But I'm setting that up. I'm gonna start doing a group discussion where I get people like us. We sit down and we just talk business. Oh my goodness! Like mukbangs. We just everybody bring some food. I got the cameras and stuff set up, and we just talk bit and share stories. Idea. And I'm gonna record it, and I'm setting it up. But
I like that. That's a really great idea because that can be very empowering. I love empowering because, like I said, I'm a mission of passion, and I love to empower, and I love to learn.
Who don't? If you in business and you don't,
people that want it quick. I want to learn and I want to know the process. I trust the process each time. I have a picture my daughter gave me for my birthday. I'm gonna say what year. And it says trust the process. Yes, I am about two things: trust the process. No, three. Trust the process, action at what you've learned, and believe that nothing is impossible. Because Nelson Mandela said, "It looks impossible until it's done." Yeah, it can look hard.
Yes. Look, you creating your own Bible. Dead serious, your own personal Bible and then you building your following. So now it's like you are and could be such an asset to the people around you. It's like, how could somebody not love you?
Oh.
You feel me? Like, how could somebody come around you and not get value?
That is so humbling.
And it's like it take a hard, long road to become that type of person, but like this is the other side of that road. Like I know the people around you look up with so much inspiration. Like, okay, so how much do you sell the teas for?
The teas are $32 for the 6-pack.
Okay,
delivery plus tax.
That's affordable.
Plus shipping if you're shipping. $25 if you have the 4-pack.
Okay.
Okay, and we do delivery. We deliver every other Monday. Nestle, freshly made, with fresh nutrients. They get to your door. We do it like Amazon. Bam, take a picture, send it to you, or we ship it wherever you're at. That's how we do it. If you want to see it, we've been on Fox 2-3 times. Me and Tim, we cooked in my kitchen. Tim is we do, yes.
What?
And then my tea, that's why I said they know me as a girl of turmeric tea. So, but we make it and bring it to your door. Depending if you're local in St. Louis.
I'm sure, like
then we ship it. it. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So 15 minutes. And we got some business to talk. So I'm gonna say it on the podcast if you don't mind me. Yeah. I would like to get into an affiliate marketing brand ambassador contract with you, or it's another type of contract I can't think of, to where I host these teas on my website and I sell them for you. So, have you ever heard of affiliate marketing?
I've heard of it because my coach has asked me to be affiliate on some things that she's done. She's wanted me to market, but I haven't had the time to market for her to whatever. So,
what affiliate marketing is you have somebody that has an Instagram page with 100,000 followers, a Facebook with 100,000 followers, a YouTube with 100,000, a TikTok with 100. Well, like I just said, that's a community. Right. So now, as a business, right, you would go to that person and be like, "Look, I sell these teas for $32. If you sell however many teas that you sell, I will give you X amount of that dollar."
That's fine with me.
And then you can bump it up on your website, leave it at the 32 and just take that, or you can figure out how to recoup from that, but that brings more awareness to your products and that's going to make profits even more. So like personally, what I do for my brand, right? I drop gems. Look, I'm not afraid to talk about my stuff. To make a shirt, it costs me about $6. Any shirt that you see on my website, any pants that you see on my website, well, I ain't gonna lie. The hoodie's 10. But that's okay. We gonna say like we just go. I sell a lot of hoodies. We go with the hoodies, right? I sell my hoodies for $40 on the website. It costs me about $12 to make them. If I buy in bulk the products the supplies that I need, I get that $12 down to about $6. The way I shop it, the way I do it. So realistically, the hoodies will cost me about $6 to like any hoodie that you see on my website. I go to artists that I interview, the people around me that I see with a big platform, and I ask them, okay, let's do that. I will give you $10. I will give you $10 for every hoodie that you sell. I will give you $10 because I charge $30 for the long sleeve shirts, $30 for the shirts, and $5 for the candles. And then instead of me changing the price on my website for my audience and my supporters, I work in the back end to cut the cost of production down. And that is where I save. So like I said, the only thing that's making it cost $12 is if like somebody just bought a shirt, like they just bought a shirt on the website, and I don't have that shirt or I don't have that DGT print to print on there, then I have to go and buy that one specific design and that one specific product. That's what make it cost $12. But say
I know, because my books are the same. When I order for authors, I order as an author, my author's prices, and I order in bulk. It takes about 2 weeks for them to print. It's cheaper for me, and I can have them and sell them like when I'm going to events. Or you can buy them for $15.
So what I do is I work other hustles, so I go out, make extra. I come across some wax, like I got to connect. She got a bee farm, and she gives me wax for free because she used the wax for health products. So she gave me the wax for free. So then I'll take the profit from selling that wax and then go buy like $1,500 worth of hoodies in the colors that I have on my website. That's what knock it down to $6. So now we talking, okay, ink, the material. So now you buy the materials in bulk. So now instead of buying, it costs $5 for one piece of screen printed thing to get up on her, or DGT print to put up on the hoodie. Now if I buy 50 of those, it gets that $5 down to like $2 or $3. So so I just work on things like that. And so, but I would like to become an affiliate marketer for your brand. And I have the contracts ready. I have the agreements ready. I will email you all of that information. So before you make an answer, let me send you the proposal. Let me send you all of that. But I believe in this. Like when you have products like this, they sell themselves. You just have to get exposure to it. That's why I did the social media marketing, because I've seen a lot of people like you who, like, you're so busy going through the story to make these products, you don't have the time to even get on social media like that to put it out there the way you really want to put it out.
Social media. I have a VA, and it's still busy because I got to sit down and writing my whole paragraph of what I want instead of going, and that takes me time. When I'm writing my programs, it's the same thing. So I want my slides to be like this. Like that's why I woke up at 4:50, because I needed to perfect for next week's class. I'm editing the slides. I got to explain. So I want so it takes so much time. See, because I want it to be because it's my idea. So what I do, it's a lot.
I leverage that. I'm a really good listener. And so I know the right questions. I'm a good interviewer. So when it comes to my business for social media marketing, like if we was to sit down, I got a list of questions I ask you, listen, get all them notes down, and then I automate that. So I put that in. I use AI to make everything you see your VA doing, everything that they do. I use ChatGPT, Opus Clips. I use all these different type of automation systems. So where like I got right now 3 posts going out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. 3 posts a day for the rest of this month and some of next month about this podcast. I get these clips, like wait until I start dropping these these shorts. But okay, let's talk about the GPS to Healthier You class.
This right here, I really want to keep. I really want to build this. My goal, my dream, my plan is, the reason I call it GPS to a Healthier You workshop is because I want to build up, and before the end of the year, I want this to become a mastermind.
You trying to leave something for them kids. You just I
want a legend. That's what I want. I was going to say something. That's not related, because I want to talk about this real quick. because the goal is to get away from being an operator.
The
goal is to get away from being an operator.
CEO.
Get my own space.
Ownership.
Right now, I'm renting a commercial kitchen, so I'm looking for a space, my building. So that building will have everything under that. Got all the hats I wear, all the other products I told you I didn't mention. I have a lot. If I tell you, they'll blow your mind. Yeah. So I have them under one roof. So I have the tea, and I come to where I don't have to be the operator at some point because it's under my roof. Right now, I have to because I'm renting. Then I can have my classes in person and still on virtual. Why? Because I want to incorporate activities. My class is not a typical workshop where we be like, Zoom. No, we do activities. We even graduate. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, and it's fun.
Okay, you said you host it once a week, every Monday.
If I got you last week, I was gonna promote it here. Sorry, I have 9 participants. So we kicked off last week Mondays. Next Monday at 7 p.m. If you miss the first class, it might not be so much fun.
Okay.
You need to get that first, whatever. And then after 6 weeks, I'll take 2 weeks, then do another one.
Okay. Okay.
Perfect. Payment plan, easy, fun. 1 hour behind the screen for us. I don't call it self-care. I call it self-time, me time for you. If you have kids in bed, whatever, for you. And if you can't do that, I don't know who else is coming for you. That's all I'm saying. Because nobody else is coming for you.
God is. He gonna get you right.
But you gotta give yourself that time for God to see you doing something.
What's the saying? Without work, well, I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna say it like that.
God helps
without
those that
work
helps themselves. How about that one?
There we go.
So this is the class of GPS to a healthy you. If this is something I want people to get it. We talk about values. We talk about who you are. We talk about. So
you can pay for So even though you started the first class, you can still pay to get into the second class?
Yes, I'm gonna stop posting. I'm gonna stop promoting after this one now because now I'm focusing on this one.
Okay.
So I promoted towards the end of when the 6 weeks end. 5 Mondays. I think the 20-something of February somewhere.
Yeah, it'll be beginning of March.
So the next class, let's say, will be in March. So between the end of February, I'm going to promote it. I can let you know about it.
Oh, definitely.
I do a live, I do whatever, or even just before they graduate.
So what I also...
The many people we have, the more people, the merrier. And because the price is going to go up. I realize I got more people this time than the first one. Session 3 will be now I just graduated from my NLP Neuro-Linguistic Programming Trainer. So I broke a board with my own hands.
Look, I can say this because I've got over my feelings on it. I had ended up getting my life insurance producer license at in August of last year after my best friend died, because that was what we was transitioning into. Like, forget all these products, we want that life insurance license. And so we came across this company to get it, but because of some mistakes I made 2 years ago, I just got off of probation. And so they told me I had to wait a whole year.
Every day is a new day.
They said a whole year before they reinstate my life, because I had it for a little bit. But once they really seen like, okay, you on probation, they was like, we can't associate like that. But the way they play it is, they was like, when it all said and down came to, they was like, you got to wait a year, and then we would come and visit back to see if we reinstate your license. So,
have you ever heard of that? It's not a saying; it's like a sermon. That if that wasn't meant for you, God is taking something away from you for that particular reason. Taking away that friend from you that you think is your best friend, or that wife. I was married for 29 years. Done. And I thought, oh my God, I couldn't get my status. So you think it's the best thing, but when it goes away, oh my God, I didn't get that house. That house, you probably would have gotten that house and it catches fire. Maybe. So there's everything that happens. And think of the next one, bigger and better.